So, good morning. Um, in our last class, we studied the programming as well as interfacing a temperature sensor to the Raspberry Pi board, and also we looked into few of the operating systems as well as the interfaces that can be done on a Raspberry Pi board. So, today we shall study the smart city IoT architecture. So, here we'll look how a smart city can be built using the IoT concepts. So in order to build a smart city, so a layered approach can be followed. So for example, the layers of this smart city architecture include the street layer, network layer, data center layer, and service layer. So in order to build a smart city, we need to deploy the sensors. So these sensors will gather the data. So what kind of data they will gather? So that depends on the need. So we'll look into those later. So the sensors that are deployed in the street will collect the data, and from these sensor devices, using the network layer or the network infrastructure, so the data is transmitted to the data center. So in the data center, all the data that is gathered by the sensors will be stored. So and also the data coming from different sensors can be aggregated, normalized, and virtualized in data center layer. Then a service layer can be provided on top of this data center layer to build the applications that are required for the people or for the authorities. So in smart cities, multiple services may use the IoT solutions for any of the purpose. So these service may use different IoT solutions, different protocols, and even different application languages to support uh, any kind of application in the service layer. So this is the layered architecture. So you can observe here. So service layer. In the service layer, so it is nothing but a sensor. So parking management, lighting management, safety and security, traffic management. So all these sensors can be deployed in those areas. So smart cameras can be put on the traffic signals, which will record the flow of the traffic along with the those who violate the traffic rules. Then smart lighting systems can be installed on a street lights, so which will turn on and turn off at the specific timings. So parking management can be utilized to uh, park the vehicles efficiently and bill the customers. So then data center layer. So one such solution includes several other layers also. The network layer is used to communicate from the street layer to the data center. So, so in the streets, the data is collected. The sensors will collect the data. So that is passed on to the city layer or network layer. So the network layer will aggregate the data together, and then it is passed on to the data center layer. So the data center layer will do all the aggregation, visualization, everything. And finally, the data is fed to the service layer. So each service, maybe parking service, lighting service, then safety service or traffic service, will use the data that is present in the data center layer. So all these things can be established using the cloud delivery models. Maybe private clouds can be used, then partner clouds or on-site clouds can be utilized to store, process, and aggregate the data. So here many of the Cisco products are available. Product, services, and partnerships are available in developing the smart cities. So street layer. So if we look at the street layer in depth, so it is composed of devices and sensors that collect the data and take action based on the instructions from the overall solution. So it also have the network components that are needed to aggregate and transmit the data. So the sensor, as we all know, so it is a data source. So this generates the data that is required to understand the physical world. So maybe measuring a temperature in the city or pollution level or the density of traffic movements, all those things can be evaluated using the sensors. So then we'll have a ICT connectivity solutions. So that transmit the sensor data that is being collected to the network layer so that it can be analyzed and uh, aggregated for many applications of the smart city. So there are variety of sensors that are used in the street layer. Um, a few of them include the magnetic sensor to detect a parking event by analyzing the changes in the magnetic field, such as a heavy metal object, such as a car or a two-wheeler vehicle or a trucks comes very close to it, the magnetic sensor will detect it. Then lighting controller. So this particular controller can be used to change the brightness of the light. So based on the time and the ambient conditions. So street lights can be turned on in the night time or when there is a too much of clouds, then also this street lights can be turned on. Then video cameras combined with the video analytics to detect the vehicles or face of the people, traffic conditions, and also can be used for a security purposes. Then air quality sensor to detect and measure the gas or the particles that are present in the uh, air. So many pollutant molecules can be detected using the sensors. And also we can have a device counters. So these device counters will give an estimate of number of devices in the area. Maybe number of vehicles that are moving in that particular area, or the number of vehicles that are parking, or the number of pedestrians who are on the sidewalk area, maybe even the number of birds or animals at a particular places can also be tracked using the counter devices. So then the next layer is the city layer. So this is also called as a network layer. So at the city layer, so all the data that is gathered in the street layer has to be transmitted. So it will have all the required network infrastructure to transmit the data from the street layer to the data center layer. So it will have the routers, switch in all the areas of the city to collect the data. So this layer aggregates all the data that is collected by the sensors or the end nodes in the network. So then all of them will be transmitted to the data center. So this city layer can also be viewed as a simple transport layer between the edge devices and the data center or the internet. So one aspect needs to be considered while having a city layer is many types of protocols will be used because there will be multiple IoT applications and multiple sensors. Each one of them will have their own protocols. So the city layer should be capable of handling all kinds of protocols. So some applications are delay sensitive or jitter sensitive. So while some other application require a deterministic approach to frame delivery. So all the requirements of the application needs to be considered over here. A missed packet may be regenerated or the application will raise an alarm. If a frame is missed, it may result in invalid status report. So a city layer must be built with considering all these events so that it will be resilient. And it also ensures that the packet coming from a sensor or a gateway is always successfully forwarded to the cloud or a head end station. So this is one such example of a city layer. So here it is a CC cameras. So all the cameras are there, they are connected to the access points, and all these access points are connected to the aggregation switch. So from the aggregation switch, so it is forwarded to edge port. So from there, it is again forwarded to the next layer. So in the city layer, so there will be at least two paths uh, between any of the nodes, because if there is a failure in any one of the path, then the other path will be utilized, and the common protocol must be used to ensure the resiliency. So that is called as a resilient Ethernet protocol. So the next layer is data center layer. So finally, the data that is collected from the sensor is transmitted to data center, where it is processed and correlation is established. So based on this processing of data, meaningful informations, trends can be obtained so that suitable actions can be taken on this particular analysis. So for example, an application in data center can provide a global view of traffic. So at the real time, the authorities can decide where the vehicular movement is more and where it is less. So and they can divert the traffic to paths where there are less number of vehicles. So at the same time, they can decide on number of traffic signals that may be required. Then this data center layer can also generate the automated reports. So the cloud model will be adopted in data center so that it provides the facility of storage, virtualization, adaptability, and also analytics. So all the data that is gathered in the data center layer uh, can have a mashup technology uh, in order to provide a positive information about all the aspects of a smart city. So traditional city networks simply cannot keep up with the real-time data that is needed. So that is due to the physical limitations. Whereas in smart cities, So it is the real-time data that provides meaningful insights on the situations. So just like the traffic density. So on a radio, people can be informed that the traffic in the particular road or area is more and to take a diversions. So all those things can be accomplished and make the life of the people easier. So and also cloud enables the data analytics, so that can be taken to process the large amount of data. So this is the data center. So this is a vision of utilizing the cloud in smart city solutions. So that is scalable, secure, and reliable also. So the data coming from all the aspects can be integrated together, from house to traffic to factory, then hospital. So all those things can be aggregated together to build the applications such as automated car systems or traffic camera system, logistic optimization, intelligent medical devices. So all those applications can be built together and combined. So finally, the service layer. So the ultimately the true value of all these things so lies in the application we build. So and how connectivity can be established from sensor to cloud. So smart city applications can provide value and visibility for a variety of user types. Maybe for citizens, they can provide the information about maybe traffic. Maybe it will give to the government or law enforcement agencies. Some of the information can be provided, like where to take the traffic diversions, or where to have traffic signals, or they may get the information of pollution in particular area, and they can take the legal action on the factory owners if the pollution is above the threshold level. So like that, there is no limit to the applications. So the data collected should be visualized, so according to the specific need of each consumer of a data. So the user experience should also be taken care of in building such applications. And so the serious concern of the smart city systems is the security of the data. So there may be vast sensitive information, so that is being shared all the time in the layered approach. So it is the duty of the smart cities to protect the citizen data from unauthorized access, collection, and tampering of the data. So in general, the citizen should also feel that their data is secure, and some third party person cannot just steal their private data. So now in this smart city layer, so it is up to the smart city boards and agencies to decide what they do with the data that is being gathered. So smart city architecture for smart cities must utilize the security protocols in each layer. So security protocols should be authenticated so that the secure communication can be established across the layers to protect and transport the data throughout all the layers. So this is the reference architecture for a smart city. So street light collecting different types of data, they are aggregated together and sent to city layer. So here it is cameras, here parking, lighting, all those things. So they are aggregated to city layer. So from the city layer, so it is being forwarded to the data center cloud, and then the applications can be built using the data that is present in the cloud environment. So starting from street level, so sensor should have their own security protocols. Some industry standard security features must be adopted in the device itself, such as identifying a device, authorization, data encryption. So trusted platform modules must be built, so which enables self-destruction when a sensor is physically handled, and user ID authentication and authorizations should also be adopted. Sensor identification and authorization. So it typically requires a pre-installed X509 certificate and also public key infrastructure certificate at the organization level. So all these things are accomplished to ensure that the data is coming from a legitimate source and it is not tampered anywhere. So having these security measures might slow down the entire deployment process, but the security is a must. So the application has to bear this processing slowdown. So another consideration which we can make is the type of the data the sensor is able to collect and process. For example, the roadside car counter may use a Bluetooth sensor that uniquely identifies each driver or a pedestrian. So different sensors will be there, each one of them working on a different protocol. So thus needs a different security feature also. So the different security features that can be adopted in the smart city environment include maybe a firewall. So firewall is located at the edge of the network. So it should be IP security and VPN ready. So this must also include user and role based access control. Who should access the data? So that must also be defined. Then we have virtual LANs. So VLANs provide end-to-end segmentation of data transmission. So further protecting the data from illegal interventions. So each domain has to have a dedicated VLANs for data transmissions. Then encryption can also be done. So it is protecting the traffic from a sensor to application is a common requirement to avoid the data tampering, and also no one should read the data in between the data transmission. So in most of the cases, encryption starts at the sensor level. In some cases, it will be sensor to gateway link is one type of uh, encryption, and gateway to application another encryption is used. So we can have multiple levels of encryption, maybe from sensor to application one, or from sensor to gateway, then gateway to applications. So different levels of encryptions can be accomplished. So this is about the security architecture of smart city, and the key elements include firewall, virtual LANs, and encryptions. So with this, we have completed all the aspects of smart city that can be built using the IoT. So this completes the fifth module.